President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has disclosed that the Minister for Finance has signed the commencement warrant for development projects in Zongo communities. Under the warrant, Muslim communities across the country will receive a major facelift.
Speaking at the Eid al-Fitr celebrations in Accra, President Akufo-Addo urged religious leaders and followers to uphold the culture of religious tolerance in the country.
Thousands of Muslims led by the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu, gathered at the Black Star Square in Accra for the Eid celebrations. The Muslims had gathered to offer thanks to Allah for his protection during the past year and through the period of Ramadan. President Akufo-Addo joined the Muslims in the celebration of the Eid. He used the occasion to remind the Muslims of his government's preparedness to give special attention to the Muslim communities, hence the establishment of the Ministry of Inner Cities and Zongo Development. He called for support for the sector minister. President Akufo-Addo said Zongo communities will soon have better social amenities following the signing of a commencement warrant by the Minister for Finance from the Zongo Development Fund.
I set up the Ministry of Inner Cities and Zongo Development specifically to make the inner cities and Zongo communities central parts of our nation's development agenda. We want to ensure that inner cities and Zongo communities no longer become exclusion zones for breeding despair and hopelessness. The task may be daunting, but our determination is unwavering. The provision of water system, rehabilitation of school blocks, and the building of new ones, provision of desks for Islamic schools, and the rehabilitation of tertiary drains, amongst many other projects, will help resolve some of the many challenges that bedevil our Zongo communities.
President Akufo-Addo commended the National Chief Imam for joining the Christian community in the celebration of his centenary. He recounted events in the country where Christians and Muslims have joined hands to worship in peace and called on religious leaders to continue this culture of religious tolerance.
I know you've read of threats and actual attacks by Christian and Muslim miscreants in the West Africa region and other parts of the world. We do not ever want this phenomenon to occur in our country. Whilst the security agencies work to keep all of us safe, I encourage you to report suspicious characters who come into your communities to take advantage of our well-acclaimed hospitality to unleash mayhem in our country to the police. Let us also exercise restraint in the face of provocation, for a lack of restraint will only feed into the destructive plans of these miscreants who seek to destroy in the name of religion.
The National Chief Imam, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu, said special prayers for the President, his vice, and the nation at large. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, also joined Muslim faithful at Wa in the Upper East region to mark Eid al-Fitr. He said the government is committed to delivering prosperity to Ghanaians. At a luncheon with some religious leaders, Dr. Bawumia called for religious tolerance.
The task may be daunting, but our determination is unwavering. There are over 1,080 Zongo communities in Ghana, each clamoring for much-needed interventions to make life more bearable and comfortable. That certainly puts enormous pressure on the minister. I'm happy to announce that the Minister for Finance has signed the commencement warrant for the Ministry of Inner Cities and Zongo Development to begin spending on the Zongo communities from the Zongo Development Fund allocation in the 2019 budget.
The Regional Chief Imam, Dr. Mahama Suleiman, and the Catholic Bishop of Wa, Most Reverend Richard Kwababro, prayed for the Muslim community and the nation at large.
In Bolgat,